Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly Rise and Grind team call where we hop on here. I share some insights of what's been going on in my head all week, and hopefully somebody takes something out of it. So first of all, as always, recognition. We're going with Success Club, followed by that person who hit Success Club, their personal volume points based on customer sales, not their personal orders. So we have Kaylee leading the pack, not by far. I'm on you, girl. She's at 16 right now with 987 PV. I am right behind her at 15 points with 1,530 PV. Phil's trailing behind there at 6 points with 365 PV. Chelsea Fox is at 6 points with 434 PV. And Dawn is at 2 points with 215 PV. We also have a new coach on the team. So everyone, you probably saw my picture I posted in there today. And if you are watching the recording, I just want to say a huge welcome to my newest coach, Corey. Welcome to the team. She's reached out to me. She was on a prior team in the past, and unfortunately she had zero support, and she ended up just leaving the business because she didn't know where to start. And I'm so excited to plug new coaches into this team now because we have the trainings, we have everything you need as far as tools to get going with it. We have a great team that's pretty supportive of everybody. So today I just wanted to touch base on the fact that I went camping over this weekend. And camping, not just camping, but being outdoors in general for me is always hands down the best way for me to get refocused, not just on the business, but just on my life, where I'm at, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. Every single time I get outdoors, even for just a couple hours on a hike, I always come back refreshed because we can get stuck in this busy mode where we're always reacting to all these situations going on all day long, every single week for weeks or months on end until you finally hit that burnout phase and you just crash. You're in a horrible mood all the time. You're snapping at people you don't normally snap at, all that kind of stuff. We've all been there. I struggle with that myself. I used to be so bad at always giving, and then I would burn out. I would need a week or two off. And then I would go back motivated again and give until I burned out. And it was just a vicious cycle. I did that for years. I'm finally at a point in my life where I know the signs in myself that if I start to wake up and I'm not feeling it that day and I start to find myself being more irritable, that kind of stuff, I know that's a sign for me to take a break, even if it's just for a day. Get out, do a hike, go camping over a weekend, do something for yourself that's going to kind of give you peace of mind. Go look at my website, coachchazfitness.com. I did a post called Finding Your Inner Peace, and I gave a few examples on how you can do that. So for the most part, I want to talk about getting refocused and motivated because especially when you're running a business, it's so easy to hit that burnout phase. And when you hit the burnout phase, the last thing on your agenda is to actually do work. You're not motivated, you're not inspired to actually do it. So how you get refocused. Number one, you always have to reflect back on why you are doing this. It's so easy, especially if you've been in this for a while, to lose sight of why you originally started. For myself, I've been at this, coming up January is going to be 6 years that I've been doing this. And so it's very easy for me to lose focus of why I started this thing. And now that I'm in a position I'm in where I do Beachbody full-time, I run my own show, I make my own agenda every day, I'm at a point where I catch myself in these little tiny moments like camping over the weekend. I never could camp before. I was stuck at a job for 4 years that I could not stand. And I had to work weekends every single week. I had to put my time off requests in at least 2 months in advance, and it wasn't even a promise it would get approved. So I catch myself in these little moments where I'm sitting around a campsite with family, being there in the moment. And it's one of the best feelings in the world because it always makes me reflect back on this is why I started Beachbody. This is what my goal is. I want to live life on my terms. I don't want to struggle just to pay bills until I die. I want to be able to live a life with time, freedom, and to be financially able to do those kinds of things. So it's always in those moments I find my biggest burst of motivation again. It's why I come home so refreshed. It's why you guys see me post stuff like, hey, I'm taking the day off. I'm not going to reply back to any messages because I know how easy it is. Trust me, of all people, I used to do this so much. I felt such anxiety knowing there were notifications and messages to reply back to, and I was always on them like that. But guess what? That's giving, 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 giving. If you're always doing that, one, you're going to burn out at some point. And two, you are training your people to always expect an immediate reply. What I mean by that is if you are always replying right away, guess what? When you're at a family dinner or some type of family event and your phone goes off, are you going to answer it? Because if you don't, that person that you've been replying to instantly this whole time, they're going to expect a reaction from you, a comment back or a message, whatever it is. So this is why you see me post stuff like, hey guys, I'm taking Sunday off. I'm not going to touch my inbox until Monday. I'll see you then. Because I'm living in the moment. And it's in those moments that I get refocused. That's, like I said, for myself, it's nature. I love being outdoors, whether it be tennis, hiking, camping. I just got a bike for my birthday. I just went out there and did 4 miles this morning. And I tell you what, it was so freeing. It's weird. I have not been on a bike for 10 plus years. And I forgot how great it feels just to be just on that bike. Nothing else. Didn't bring my phone. I brought a watch so I knew what time it was. That was it. That was my time to take for myself and to reflect and refocus on myself. So if you don't have something you can go to reflect and refocus, you need to find something because you are always going to feel burnt out and busy. That feeling of busy sucks. When you wake up first thing in the morning and you find out you overslept and it's a domino effect of stuff that goes wrong, I can't stand that stressed out feeling. I do not handle that stress well. So it's those times that you need to find something that you can go to that's going to get you refocused. So next up, once you find out why, not once you find out, once you reflect back on why you started this whole thing and why you're going to continue going, you need to get refocused by reflecting on your why. You need to get focused and motivated. And you need to actually be able to legitimately write something down if it comes down to that. Make a video for yourself. When you get in these moments of inspiration, you need to be finding something that you can have that's tangible, if you know what I mean. So for myself, I like writing now. I never used to before, but I'm getting to be a big fan of putting my thoughts on paper, or I keep I call it my online journal, if you want to call it that, because I can't physically write for hours on end. So I type it out. I have a Word document that's just all stuff that's been in my head. Those are the times that I refocus. I tell myself, you know what? Facebook is off for the rest of the day. And I challenge you to do this, guys. I challenge you to not log into Facebook for one day, because Facebook is such a time waster. Facebook is it's excellent and amazing as far as building relationships with people, because we can message people directly and it's super easy. You don't have to be on the phone all day. That stuff is great and incredible, and that's how I build my business. But guess what? I don't catch myself scrolling through the news feed, checking up on different people who I don't need to be checking up on, getting myself caught up in all these different posts that go on that have no effect on me. That's when you get so sucked into it that you need to back off. So I challenge you to take one day, go on a one-day trip for yourself, go hiking, go play some outdoors activities with some friends or family, go camping, go to the beach. I challenge you for one day to not log into Facebook and to do something for you that's going to help you get refocused and re-energized. So when you come back, you are completely clear-headed and ready to work. And by work, that means creating content, whether it be YouTube videos, blog posts, whatever style you do for building the business. or inviting to a challenge group or to the business. That's what work means. It's those two things, creating content and inviting. So after you have yourself refocused, the next step is to create a daily agenda. One great thing that I heard from Eric Worre, and I'll have to, I haven't seen the video in a few weeks. I need to find it again, watch it, and share it inside the group so you guys can see it. But he talks about how we're all chasing this time freedom, right? We all want to be our own boss. And I found this out. When I became my own boss back in March, when I came back from my cruise and I didn't have a massage job to go to for the first time in 7 years, it was up to me to become my own boss. And guess what? I made the mistake of not filling my agenda, not putting anything on my calendar. So when I woke up each morning and I do my stretching, go, okay, I'm awake, got my coffee in, laptop's open. Now what? Sound familiar? It's because I did not have any type of agenda for myself. And so I would find myself sitting on that couch, playing that Xbox or watching a movie more than I was working on myself and my business. So what changed? This video I saw of Eric Worre, he talks about when you are getting into network marketing and you are able to quit your job and become your own boss, you are not boss free. Your boss is your calendar. If your calendar is empty, you're not getting paid. You need to book your calendar up with as many appointments as possible. These appointments can be different. I do creating. So I have like a creating. I do mine color coded. So blue is typically a create for Beachbody. So for me, that's like blog post, video, create groups, that kind of stuff. The other thing is you need to be able to schedule these. Schedule them ahead of time if you can. Way too often I've waken up and opened up my laptop and I saw a blank calendar. I couldn't figure out what the heck to do that day. But if the night before I laid down, or before I laid down, I'm sorry. So the night before I lay down, if I sit here and I say, you know what can I do tomorrow? I have this time open and this time open. What can I do during those times tomorrow that's going to help benefit my business? If I have a blog post I've been thinking about, I can say, okay, I need to write that blog post. I book it in there as an appointment, and guess what? When that appointment time comes around the next day, let's say it's 1 p.m. Let's say I'm just finishing up eating lunch, and I see it, hey, it's really nice out. I should go for a bike ride. But if that 1 p.m. appointment pops up and says, hey, you need to create this blog post that you put in here, that calendar is now my boss. That's saying you need to get this done. So instead of going out, like I said, I've never been this way before until now. I'm getting so much better at it now. I'm creating these appointments off of this agenda, putting them in my schedule. And when those things pop up on my phone, because I have reminders for 15 minutes before, when those pop up, I treat it like a business. I don't put it off. I'm getting so much better on myself of anything that pops through here in a moment of inspiration. It goes down on my notepad or it goes on my Word document and it goes straight into my calendar. Before I have time to think, ooh, that's a really good idea, I should do that. And next thing I know, a month down the road, I look back at my old list and go, wow, I never even started it. Sound familiar? A lot of us do that, including myself. I always have ideas that I don't act on and they never happen, or they take a month or two to actually get the ball rolling with. So create an agenda for yourself. Many of you have seen my morning ritual video. I have, it's up here on my whiteboard. It's just a small list of stuff I prefer to do first thing in the morning because it lifts myself up so that I'm able to go lift others up. And for those of you newer coaches, all that's on there is water bomb, which is 16 ounces of water down the hatch. Fuel, which is breakfast, usually a small cup of oatmeal or something like that. Personal development for about 45 minutes. I do a little bit of foam rolling, and then I do my workout. After my workout is Shakeology, and followed up with my business activities. My main ones being, the first thing I do is I check my Beachbody office. Notice I have not touched Facebook yet. Typically, I'll log on Facebook before my workout and after my personal development because I'll typically do like an 8 a.m. motivational post is what I like to do. So after my workout, Shakeology, I check my back office, Beachbody back office. Then I go to Facebook. I check on my messages and my groups first, and then I go through my notifications. Next up is Instagram. I like to do a post and find 5 to 10 other people to comment on. And then same thing with YouTube. I catch up on my YouTube videos and comment on other people's stuff too. And then I have on there my to-do list at the end. So to-do list, you can put that in whatever order you want to. That's what works for me. Some of you are busy moms. Some of you have full-time jobs. You have to find what works for you. But the biggest thing is actually making the time to do it. It's so easy to write these things down and go, ooh, this is a really good idea. I'm going to start doing this. But the hard part is following through with it and taking action when that day comes. How many times have you gone to bed and think, I'm going to go for a run in the morning? And then morning comes, you go, nope, screw that. I've done it several times. Trust me, I used to be a runner. I did a marathon. I put in lots of training hours, and I did that. Can't tell you how many times. Same thing with your business. When you go to bed, are you thinking, wow, I should do this tomorrow? I have time. I have the tools. I have the resources. I need to do it. But then when tomorrow comes, you just never do it. That's not taking your business seriously. If that's what you're doing, it's going to happen. It happens to me every single day. But if you're doing this day in and day out to an extent, you are going to fail more times than you need to. You need to stay accountable to yourself. And this is bringing me into my last point here. You are in Team Beachbody as an independent coach, not a codependent coach. Yes, you joined a team. Yes, you have an upline, which may be myself or another coach on the team. We're all a team, right? But here's the thing. I'm not your boss. No one is your boss except for you or your calendar. Your calendar will run your life depending on the appointments you put on there. So here's the thing. And I'm going to post this inside of the group. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm going to come back to this one because there's one other thing I want to share real quick. This was a cool little thing I saw. So this is called the activity diagram. So at Summit, we got to listen to Eric Worre live. And he showed this pretty sweet little thing. So I have heard a quote in the past, and it kind of goes directly in hand with this. I've heard a quote in the past that says, laziness fuels laziness, and activity fuels activity. We are all guilty of it. The days that I just did this a couple weeks ago, I vividly remember it. I had a second workout to do for the day because I have a workout buddy that comes at 9 a.m. every day, and that's a tremendous help because I have no choice but to get out there and do it with him. But the second workout came around. I told myself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I was actually looking forward to the workout because it was tire flips. I love flipping tires. As much as I loved it, I made the mistake of sitting down on that couch. And I remember I had grabbed something small to eat that was going to take maybe 5 or 10 minutes to eat. And I decided, you know what? I'm sitting down. I'm taking a lunch break. I'm going to go ahead and pop on a quick show. I'm just going to watch one episode, right? That's how it starts out. I'm just going to watch one episode. Next thing I know, that episode is over. The second one is rolling, and I'm still sitting there just watching. And next thing you know, guess what? Because of that laziness, it fueled more laziness. And then an hour later, my workout time was up. I should have been out there, and I skipped it because I was lazy. I felt groggy. I had no more energy. It was all gone because laziness fuels laziness. Same thing. Think about a time that you're working out really consistently. You do your workout every day. You drink your Shakeology every day, and you do your personal development. You're getting out there and talking to people. That's called activity. Activity fuels more activity. Tell me you don't feel like you're on cloud nine and on top of the world when you're consistent like that. It's the best feeling when you stay consistent, right? So keep that in mind. So with this, and whoever's on the live call right now, I'm going to have you just go ahead and start shouting out some negative emotions. So I have a little chart here. This one says activity. So I'm going to start with the first one here. Fear. Just start shouting out one word things relating
depression.
Depression. Perfect. Keep them coming.
Hopelessness.
Awesome. I'll put down anger.
There you go.
Irritability. I need 2 more.
Rejection.
Rejection. 1 more.
Did you already say failure?
Failure. All right. I think you guys can go ahead and mute yourselves again. Check this out. On one side of this, you have activity. Activity, and this activity can mean anything. It can mean your workouts. It can mean personal development, consistency, all the positive stuff. In the other column, you have negative, right? This ever look familiar? The less activity you have, the more those things creep in. But guess what? The more activity you start to have, the more those disappear, right?
So kind of like a blinder.
Exactly.
If you have things to do, you can't focus on those things.
Exactly. I just realized that piece of paper was way too big for this. So, again, if I stop all activity, all of those negative feelings start to creep in. You start to have self-doubt about yourself. You get slightly depressed. You start skipping your workouts. You start making excuses and blaming other people, right? Oh, my team doesn't offer any training, or my coach hasn't checked up with me. No, that's bullshit, guys. This is your business. So when you start becoming more active, you can even find a middle ground where you're going to be a little bit more active so you get a little bit more positivity back. There's going to be times where you're more negative and you're going to get more negativity back. So guess what? You ultimately want to try to block all of that out. So the whole point of that is, if you know you're not doing what you need to be doing with activities, start doing it and stop blaming other people for your failures and your inactivity. So this leads me to that final point that I'm coming back to. This is based on Eric Worre. A lot of us, I used to promote this a lot, and I'm getting back to it. A lot of us have seen the videos and all this kind of stuff. But again, as a Beachbody coach, you are 100% responsible for knowing your stuff. You are 100% responsible for the failures and successes in your business. It's not my fault if I bring you in as a coach and you fail. It's not the team's fault if you sign up as a coach and expect us to do the work for you and you fail. It's up to you to make the decision every single day to fail your way to success, or to only fail and never see that success out of it. Success lies within small failures, but it's those who fail and never keep going that quit on themselves. And they say, oh, Beachbody sucks. This doesn't work. Guys, I live a weekend lifestyle. I don't have Mondays. I don't have Fridays where I'm all excited like, oh, the weekend's here. I live every day like it's a Saturday and I take Sundays off. I can tell you this thing works. I used to blame my upline. I used to blame the fact that I didn't have any support. I used to put blame on other people, and guess what? The day I decided, you know what? It's not anyone else's fault but mine. This is my life. This is my business. I'm going to run it. That's when this team was born. This team would not be where it's at right now, almost at 100 coaches strong, if I did not one day decide to make it my own. I just got a update that I have 10 more minutes on this. So it's up to me to build my business. Same thing with it's up to you. If you come onto the team and you're complaining, ooh, we don't have this, we don't offer this. I wish my coach would do this. Why don't you do it? Why don't you create the document or the video or whatever you're looking for? That's called taking responsibility for your own business. If you come on here and you see something you don't like or you see something missing, make it yourself. This is your business. We're just a team here to help support each other. So with that, before I say this, I want everyone to fully understand. If you send me this message, or if you are not my personally sponsored coach, meaning if I did not sign you up, if another coach brought you in here, you will want to send this to them. But pretty much this is for the whole team. And this is by Eric Worre. Again, I'm going to copy and paste this inside of the group so you can copy and paste it and send it to your coach. What it is you need to say goodbye to your upline. What do I mean by that? Yes, I mean myself, if I brought you into the business, anyone else on the team. You need to say goodbye to your upline. When you first sign up as a coach and you're a new coach, perfectly fine to soak up all of the information you can. Perfectly fine to have your hand held for a little bit and to be taught all the basics. But guess what? There reaches a time, like I just talked about, when I stopped putting the blame on other people and I stopped wanting success but not wanting to put in the work, there reached a point where I put my foot down. I said, damn it, I'm going to make this thing happen. I am my own boss starting now. That was the time that I decided to become my own CEO. So when you are ready, again, I want you to fully understand that if you send me this message or if you send your coach this message, we're going to treat you like your own coach. We're not going to baby you anymore. So what this is, it's called firing your upline. This is the message you will send when you are ready. I want to thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it. Getting into this business for myself was important, and I appreciate you introducing me to a company that you believe in and now that I believe in as well. But from now on, when it comes to building my business, I will use you as a resource, but never as an excuse. I may call on you from time to time. If you're available, that's great. If you're not, that's okay too. I'm going to build this business, and I understand one thing. It begins with me. So if you are ready to become your own CEO and take this thing seriously for yourself, if you're ready to stop slacking off, if you're ready to finally put your foot down and do what you need to do to make this thing work without the excuses you've been bringing in this whole time, if you're ready for that, I challenge you to send me that message. I'm going to give a huge shout out to Kaylee because she sent me that message without me ever talking to her about it. That's what prompted this. It made me, I can't tell you how happy it made me to see that message because Kaylee sent that because she followed my advice, and I've told everyone on the team in the past, you need to listen to GoPro by Eric Worre. Look it up on YouTube or get the audiobook. You need to listen to that audio. And she listened to it and she caught that little tidbit and she sent it to me. And I can't tell you how proud it made me that somebody took action like that. And I can't tell you, you'll understand too, when you start to build a team, you want nothing more than to see them spread their wings and just soar with it. I love helping new coaches, and I'm here to help you. If you're a new coach on the team, I'm going to help you. We as a team are going to help you, get you going with the basics, teach you everything you need to know. But there reaches a point where you need to spread your wings and fly. We can't keep you in the nest forever. Eventually, you need to take that leap of faith and build your wings on the way down, because that's what we as entrepreneurs do. So aside from that, I'm going to copy and paste that message inside the group with this video. And I thank you guys for being on the live call and for catching the recording. This has been Coach Chaz. I appreciate you guys being on the team. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. I know it sucks at times, guys. This thing sucks because we have to get out of our comfort zone. We have to get out of our own head, and we have to learn to build thick skin. But guess what? When you get to live the weekend lifestyle, it'll be all worth it. When you are able to hang out with your family and not even have to think about work, never have to take off time again, it's all worth it. At least for me. Time freedom has been my goal. I have that now. So now I'm working on the financial freedom part of it. And it's a blessing, guys. It will be as big and as great as you make it, but it takes work. It takes a lot of work, guys. But if you're willing to put in that work, I challenge you to fire your upline now. It's been Chaz. Peace out, crew.
Hey, Chaz, I have a quick question.
Yeah. What's up?
Rob ordered Body Beast and it's on its way. Is
Yeah.
there any advice you can give him for the program? Because he's going to be starting it.
For him, I'll have to message you separately because we're almost out of time on this thing. I only
Okay,
have a
got
time
it.
limit on here. So yeah, shoot me a message. I'll be happy to help him out. Awesome.
Most definitely. He's giving you a thumbs up.
Awesome.
Thanks, Charles. See you later.
Take care, guys.
Bye.